essentially and in profound ways. Either so many people agree or not, it is evolving for us to understand the reality of an ideologically driven political environment, which these two people share, you know. So if we describe Buhari as a social democrat, we describe Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a social democrat. And we see a congruence of sorts in the policies they believe in the policy they have conceptualized under different circumstances, but essentially we are seeing that it dovetails to the people. And that's the most important thing. And therefore, if Buhari's immediate objective was to, of course, elevate the economic standing of millions of people that found themselves in the poverty community, and it is also becoming clear, you know, that Tinubu's principal objective is in a bigger way to also elevate this large number of people, you know, onto away from the poverty community. So there's a coalition of thought, and I'm deliberately using the word coalition here because that become perhaps the most popular cliché, as it were, in the Nigerian political lexicon over the last how many weeks. I'm abused in the real sense of it, because when you talk about coalition, you're talking about a convergence of thoughts, a convergence of activities of a number of people who have an objective, you know, to achieve. The merger of starting 2013 and crystallized in 2015 tells us a story of how people from different diverse political leanings could come together and under a single individual form a direction, form a political direction that drives towards a principal, you know, objective. And we are talking about APC today because there are reference milestones that party, you know, that group of people had, you know, survived. There have been turbulence, there have been storms, you know, but we see that rather than threats of destruction, we are seeing a stronger, unified platform. And while some people that, perhaps we also talk politics here, while some people are trying to compare the merger of 2015, crystallized in 2015, with the coalition of 2025, I ask, what exactly is the basis for that comparison? One, the driving forces that culminated in the 2015, what do you call it, merger, is lacking in the coalition we are seeing. In that merger, we saw the fact that politicians from different leanings, from different proclivity, were coming as a result of dissatisfaction with the policies that were being conceived and implemented at the federal level, you know. And you saw not just ordinary people who were disgruntled, who could not access power. You saw people who were in power, determined to change things. And perhaps that was why change became, you know, the reference phrase of that era. So, to a large extent, I'm governor, you know. It's easy for us, of course, to extrapolate